I know that when he said it that way, that reminds me of when I've tried to be modest around people saying, oh shucks, I'm just a shy kid from Newton, Iowa. And it's like, you can't afford to be shy if you're going to last in performing. And I've always said that I'd be more convincing doing that voice if I was wearing a seed corn hat. And I wasn't even a farm kid. My parents were, but not me. Guess gotta do those Iowa stereotypes like seed corn hats if I'm trying to revert to that modest thing of just being a kid from somewhere else. Kind of like in La Bamba, Richie Valens saying, I'm just a kid from Pacoima. Now for the regularly scheduled jokes. I was at a karaoke bar over the weekend and somebody recognized me saying that I used to do stand-up. And it's like, I still do stand-up. And then he named some places that I did stand-up at that have closed. And it's like, you are aware those places have closed and no longer have a show. And most performers, when they hear that, they just migrate to a place that still has a show. He was also trying to tell me how to do jokes, saying, why don't you do a joke about Rhode Island being boring, or driving through District of Columbia and saying that Smithsonian is boring. I had to tell him right away, dude, I majored in history at the University of Iowa. When I was at the Smithsonian, I spent parts of 3 days at one of their museums because I loved being there. So, no, he doesn't know me well enough to try to tell me how to do jokes. I mean, I didn't even know him from Adam, so it's like, wow, some people can be really weird about those things. And then I was afraid that I talked to him for too long that I missed my turn on singing karaoke. Then I go to the karaoke jack and he said, no, you still got 20, 30 minutes. It's like, well, I guess I just needed a reason to get away from him because it was a nowhere conversation. I mean, I was talking about a place I performed at, and then he said, is it across the street from this or this? And it's like, I already told you. We're getting bogged down in semantics. But that's the worst thing because we're talking about the same thing, but we're using different words. And we just can't get past that. I meet all kinds of people on performing. To some people, I probably am the weirdo, but to me, I just think of it as I meet a lot of weirdos at karaoke bars. Yes, history, I talked about that. I went to Fort Snelling this weekend because they were giving a lecture about American history as an empire. It's like, yeah, as Dad would say, they're playing my song. I probably should go to that. And I loved being there. I learned some things from that lecture that were never in any of the history books I read. Like how there were patriotic songs with the word Columbia in them. It was like, oh, I need to look this up now. And then, there were a few other things in there too, like how Flag Day got started. It's like, oh, I gotta feed my need for history. Gotta stay hungry on that. And it helps that I live close to Fort Snelling as well. But it also helps be on their email list, so then I know about these events in advance. Yeah, always weird things happen in my life. I mean, I like having my camera with me because you never know what you want to take a picture of. I was about to get back to my car when I was at another venue tonight, earlier, and I said, oh, isn't that Oscar Mayer Wienermobile? Yep. And then I got a good picture of it at the stoplight. Not great, but at least I have proof that I saw it. I know it's a big metro area, but you still don't see that very often, so it's like, cool. I think I have a postcard of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile at the Henry Ford Museum near Detroit. Yeah, that's always fun to see some random things out there. Along with a horse-drawn carriage reminded me of when I went on that once with my then lady friend, and then I was taking a picture after I got out of the carriage, and it was right when the horse started peeing. Oops. Yeah, I wish I was making that up. Well, I love baseball. In fact, sometimes I end up buying certain things just because it has a baseball theme or a Charlie Brown and Snoopy thing. In this case, I was at a Cub Foods and I saw baseball-themed Hostess cupcakes, and it's like, oh, I have to have them. And I got them, didn't cost that much, so hey, that was cool. And if you think about them, getting them out of vending machines, of course it is cheaper to get them in bulk, like eight. So yeah, good business sense, economies of scale. And there was another one I was thinking I want to do. I'm trying to come back to that one. I hate looking at notes, but sometimes I have to fill in it with something else. Oh, yeah, I know. I was talking with Devin earlier tonight about something. It was how he was wearing a shirt to remind me of my late grandfather, because my grandfather was a farmer, and I said, hey, that's a nice memory of grandparents that I wish I had known a lot better, but I was too young to remember them. And then we talked about the Blues Brothers, so hey, that was pretty cool. And there's got to be yeah, I hate looking at notes. I like not having to rely on them, but oh, billboard. Yeah, I saw a billboard in the past week, and I had to take a picture of it because it was advertising jobs of the state. And then when I was walking past somebody, they said, "Are you coming to talk to me?" No. And then they were just a garden variety panhandler. It's like, sorry, I don't have any money for you. I've got to go. That's what you got to do, is just turn them down and keep moving. Well, I guess that'll do it for me. Thank you, been great. Yeah.